Hello and welcome to this Monster Mechanics mini episode where we're going to be talking about being raised by monsters.
Okay. Well, what are we thinking about for this?
I'm thinking like sort of Tarzan Mowgli rules.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is that it's a human child who's going to be raised by, I think for argument's sake, like we can't use humanoid like monsters like orcs and goblins and stuff I think are out.
Sure.
Kobolds may be sort of borderline depending on which kobold you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But like ideally we're talking like griffins or dragons or something like that.
Okay, so kind of like they're raised by wolves mentality, but with mythical creatures.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
What else is there? You can't do anything aquatic. I mean, yeah, you really can't.
Not without a whole lot of jury rigging. Yeah.
Yeah. You could do, what else we got? There's, let me get my list of legendary creatures here. Not legendary Pokemon.
Raised by Pokemon.
I mean, that fan fiction's got to be out there, right?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
What else we got?
Let me pull up some. Yeah, Sam. I'm at the moment. I'm just kind of blanking on literally any kind of monster.
Yeah, I keep thinking of humanoids and stuff. Like raised by vampires is not like we were already saying. I started off by saying no, not these, and then now my mind's completely full of them.
Sure.
Yeah. Ooh, what else we got?
Like I feel like you've got to have like an interesting thing that's not just like, oh, it's a feral child still.
Yeah.
You got to have something with a little bit of culture that makes it kind of weird and unique.
Yeah. Okay, so we can after blanking on this for a little too long, we're going to revise the rules and say that you can totally pick any monstrous race, humanoid or no. We just want to talk about like a human raised by some other monstrous species.
Sure.
So like the obvious example would be like a human raised by orcs would be very barbarian and like not refined culture. The human raised by elves would very obviously be like very effete, like or probably have like self-esteem issues, especially if it's like Tolkien elves, like because he'd never match up to anything ever.
Yeah.
What are some other options on that one?
If you go with like the D&D like hobgoblins and whatnot, they're a very like military structured race.
Oh,
where it'd be kind of interesting to see what a human raised in that kind of environment where everything is very lawful but focused on like a military upbringing.
Yeah, that could be kind of cool.
What about raised by illithids?
I don't think illithids would technically raise you. Like they're
well, I mean,
except as like future eating stock.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like you could manufacture a story where they're like, oh yeah, originally bred as food or slave labor, and then you know this particular illithid went crazy and decided to raise you and to succeed him or something.
Yeah. Or maybe they're planning on like, oh well, we're gonna make you into an illithid someday. You know, that could be the angle. Ooh, what about so like one of the things of this trope is the idea that like the human is not capable of a bunch of things that the animals would be or whatever. But what if it's like this human has been raised by a species that is completely useless, like the flumph, and so he's like they raise this child, and then it's just a series of them becoming more and more impressed with all the things that this human can do, because they're all of the quote unquote adults in the society are just absolutely worthless. And they're like,
so like, oh my, instead of like those bumper stickers, you'd have like, my child is an honor student. It'd be like, my child has opposable thumbs.
My child is animate. Oh yeah. A human raised by like treants or ents would be like, they're like, he is so fast. Oh my God. Like I cannot keep up with him.
My child has a corporeal body.
Oh, a child raised by ghosts is a freaking awesome idea.
That is kind of crazy. Like, I like the idea of like, no one else believes him.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just that feral kid with like a bunch of voices in his head.
Oh yeah. That's awesome. And like they grow up with like a really eclectic knowledge of things because it's all of the ghosts are from like different eras and cultures, you know?
Oh yeah, I love that.
So they've got like the ancient caveman ghost who like teaches them how to like survive in the wild. And you've also got like the effete high culture, you know, a courtier from a medieval society who like teaches them table manners and stuff.
Well, you've already got like things like ancestor worship, like ingrained in a lot of cultures. If that was like given a sort of form, like this kid could be like a necromancer, but focused on just like the spirits of his ancestors.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I like the idea of them being just sort of a natural necromancer who like ghosts gravitate. Or
yeah, he's not really doing like dark magic. He's just asking his great grandfather to do something for him.
Yeah, that's actually really cool.
Even though his great grandfather is long since dead.
Yeah, but like to him, it's just you know, great grandpa Bob.
Yeah,
exactly. That's a really cool idea. I would watch a thing based off that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. If it's in a modern time, imagine like you're taking a history test, and like the ancestor from that era is like looking over your shoulder, being like, "That's not how it was. That's not the right answer." And he's like, "Yeah, but that's the answer they want on the test, Uncle." Like,
let me tell you how it really was.
George Washington was a dick. Terrible breath. That's not what my teacher wants to hear.
Not helping, Grandpa. Thanks.
Okay, so that's the best idea we've come. Yeah, we could do a whole real episode on like a culture that comes out of that idea. Like if this was not just a one-off, but instead like you like whenever you have a kid, you just like leave them and let the ancestors take care of all of the raising. And so everybody is raised by like just helpful ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that. All right, cool. Well, I think that's enough for an episode then.
Sure.
All right, man. Bye.
Until next time.
Thank you for joining us on this Monster Mechanics mini episode. This episode was produced and edited by Scott Paladin and hosted by Scott Paladin and Zach Jaquays. All of the ideas generated during these episodes are released under a Do What the Fuck You Want public license.